Where the Hebrew Israelites would come week in, week out to prophesy the downfall of Babylon the Great, also known as the United Snakes of America out here. I'm dealing with the homeless right now, so we'll see how this goes. Salaki. So bear with me if I'm interrupted. Battlefield is what it is. So with that, where the Hebrew Israelites would come in and week out to prophesy the downfall of Babylon the Great, as per usual. To wake up the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel, the people on the sun, Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, Seminole Indians, and Speckled Birds. And yeah, because time is short. Get you to repent, acknowledge your offense, and get back in order, into the ordinance of this. So, yeah, it's a little sketchy, but we'll see how it goes. Lord willing, the angels are encamped, so we should have no problem as far as that is concerned. So anyway, the Spirit is on me, right? And the word that the Spirit is delivering is the word focused. Stay focused and stay focused and remember your training, all right? Because the times that we're going into, it's just crazy, all right? Crazy time. About to get hot, all right? A lot of factors. There's so many things going on. So many things. All happening at the same time. So it's basically it's a recipe for disaster. All right. It is a recipe for disaster. Now, I do want to say this up front because I don't know what's going to happen with this phone situation. It defeated me last week. We'll see if they planted some software or some bots in the phone to shut it down when I go live or whatever the situation may be. So, see what it is, one way or the other. But focus, all right? If you're a watchman, you know what's going on, okay? If you know the chronology, right? What are we staying focused on? What should we be? First of all, we're watching. What are the watchmen watching? We're looking for the end, all right? Pursuant to 2nd Ezra. 2nd Ezra's 9. We can just stay with the milk, straight through. In 2nd Ezra 9:1, he answered me then and said, measure thou the time. So we're measuring time, right? And what are we looking for in the time? We're looking for the end. What end? The end of Esau's work. All right? We're looking for the end. And we clearly see the end. Clearly see the end. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, when thou seest part of the signs pass, which I have told thee before, Then understand that thou shalt understand it is the, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. So we're waiting for the visitation, the judgment, right? It's that time. All right? And the bride is putting on that gown, getting, you know, starting to look good. What it is. What does it look like? It looks like staying focused on your training. If you don't have training in this thing, you gotta, you gotta get going quick. And they're gonna be the 11th hour converts, if you will. They're coming. Right? But you got to get trained up in this thing. You got to know, right? You gotta get the situation plan, the operation order. You got to know what the plan is, and then how to execute. Right? So if you don't understand what this thing is, you got to get up to speed. All right? What is that? Number one, you got to repent. Are you an Israelite? Do you know? Do you know the world is coming to an end? Because a lot of people seem not to care, to see, to know. And it's funny, because this is exactly the way that it describes it. This whole thief in the night aspect. I'm like, you niggas can't see this? And where you know they do, they're acting like they don't. Which apparently goes into strong delusion, because everything is there. Okay? Everything is there. War and rumors of war is crazy out here. Right? So everything is presented. How can you not understand, right, that the Bible has taken center stage? Oh, and they're trying to do away with it. They're trying to ban it. But it's the most important thing. You got Bibi. King Bibi is using it to wage a genocide in one aspect. In another aspect, you can't use it, nor can you use these particular precepts in Tennessee or whatever the fuck it is. So, what do you not understand? That this is the driving force of everything going on. Okay? And if you understand it, it's the understanding. The whole thing is written so that nobody, virtually nobody, will understand it. That's why people just go, oh, it's just a fairy tale. Oh, that book was da-da-da-da. What they're really saying is, I don't understand it. Right? So can you imagine the blessing when you know you get it, right? That right there should humble you. You got everybody in the world, right, knows about the Bible, right? But the ones that have been given a glimpse into how it actually works, right? And everybody that has it in their hand believes that I'm the only one that knows how it works. And that's the glory of the Most High. He can do that. He can put the spirit of, I'm the only one that knows what this book says, right? Which calls for great humility, right? How do you process that? I look at it like this. Well, the elder apostles clearly know what they're talking about. All I got to do is follow them and keep my mouth shut, right? And don't overstep my boundaries. It would seem that it is pretty easy, but apparently it's not. Apparently it's not. show anyway. Staying focused, right? On what? You got to stay focused on the end. See, if you like pretty colors and want to be part of a group, right? If you want to march around like you're in some sort of fucking cadre, like you're gonna go heads up with Esau, right? In his natural habitat, you're not in your right mind. You're very close to Grandmaster Jay and that little fiasco that he tried to pull off, which was, well, funny at best. I'm like, nigga, what are you doing? You're setting the stage. That's what you're setting the stage for the next oncomer. If one cannot see clearly, if one can't clearly see that Nate is the new comfy, right? If you understand these words, Nate is the new comfy. And that's easy to see. Nate is the new comfy, right? The rock star with the bus, all the money, the big camp, marching, right? The big displays, the phylacteries, the whole thing, all right? And just as Sodom and Gomorrah was an ensample, right? I mean, it's amazing that in 2024 that people can't see parallels, people can't see examples. It's amazing the level of stupidity, but when you understand the Most High and how He operates, then everything is in order. Everybody has to be in their lot, right? Like, who in their right mind would receive the name of Yahweh Shem Yahushua and then turn on it, turn it away and walk away from it? Like we're clearly seeing on display. The Most High got it. The whole thing is on display. And it's easy to see, right? For some, apparently. Because for others, oh well, you can say whatever you want. You can make mockery, and there's just no fear. So, can you imagine the level of no fear? How do you balance that? How do you balance no fear, right? Zero fear. How do you balance that? The level of fear that has to come, right? It's got to be enormous the way people are just have zero regard for what is about to happen, right? They're not measuring the time. That's clear. You think this shit is going to go on forever. And all the signs point to, okay, either this is theater from the top down, okay? All the world's a stage and everybody, Vlad is playing the big bad guy. Okay, now we're gonna sail our ships into your waters and we're gonna scare everybody like we did in '62. No, it appears to be that way, right? But if you don't understand that the Most High put His plan in this devil, so there it looks like, even if they are, this is a big theater. We made a plan to have 3 world wars, as in Pike Masini, and we're just carrying it out. No, Most High just put them plans in your head. Okay? That's what's going on from the top. Okay? Anything that happens, who said that the other day? I forgot. one of the elder brothers. Anything that happens starts in the spirit realm. It starts with the Most High. Then it comes down through the order. Okay, because everything is order. Everything has its order. Everything has its place. And if you're out of place, then you got to get set straight. This is the time, right? That righteousness, which have so long been without fruit, is about to flourish. So everything is going to get set right and straight the way it's supposed to be. Okay? And all that bullshit you learned coming up, the opposite of how things work, that shit's over. Okay? That shit is over. And it's time for the shit to get slapped up out of you so that you understand that you are taught contrary to what is good for the earth, for what is natural. Okay? But you're going to be slapped into reality. The reality of how things actually work. Not that bullshit that you were taught. All right? And that's where this thing is going anyway. So, this is 2nd Ezra 6. And 22, and suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown, the full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty, and the trumpet shall give a sound which when every man heareth, they shall be suddenly afraid. Well, we're in that time. We're in that time. And yeah, you got how many days? You got how many days left until you understand Shalom? Shalom, Mark. That's how it goes. Alejandro. Shalom, Mark. You can post scriptures. How many days? How many weeks do you have before victuals are not being sold good cheap anymore? Right? If your leader, right, if your camp leader don't have you measuring thou the time diligently and stuff, you're in trouble, man. If he's leading you down the primrose path and you can't see that Vladimir Putin is knocking on the damn door, you got problems out here, all right? 2nd Ezra 6 and where were we? 22. And suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown, the full storehouse shall suddenly be found empty. Okay, that's the famine. And we're right there. Can't see these fools doing away with meat. Oh, we gotta get rid of these birds. No more chickens, no more eggs. That's a big old swath. Right? Oh, we got to put down this beef. Come on, man. In your face, they're doing it. All right? They are eliminating all food sources. And nobody's doing nothing. Right? Why? Most High got you asleep at the wheel. What you're going to do is you're going to look up. And then it's going to be gone. And you can say, what happened? Like, well, you knew that it was happening, you just didn't do anything, but you waited till the last minute. That's what it means by suddenly, right? Out of nowhere. No, it happened. You just wasn't focused. You're not watching, right? Come on. Yeah, World War III is out of control. So there's the famine. Suddenly, okay, and the nigga ain't ready. Okay, what does it mean to be ready for this famine? First of all, if you know of the elect of Israel, and you're of the hopeful elect, you're like this. I'm not worried about no food. I'm not worried about no water because I'm staying focused on the script. I'm staying focused on my training. See? What is your here's your training. Your training. Am I trained to make it, to endure until the end? Well, if you're not, okay, if you're not, then you pull out a piece of paper, you get a clean sheet of paper, and you say training to make it to the end, right? That's the heading. Number one, okay? Number one, number two, number three, right? Study to show thyself approved. Knowledge and wisdom shall be the stability of thy times, right? All of those things going straight down, right? This is your training, okay? Stay focused. Remember your training. What's your training? Milk. The milk training will get you to the end. What is the milk training? All right. Agree with your adversary quickly. This is what will get you through to the end. How do you endure until the end? Well, first of all, you got to make it through Jacob's trouble, right? The days of trouble are at hand, and you got to make it all the way to how? Stay focused and remember your training. Well, what is your training? Agree with your adversary quickly. I'm in a situation right now where I'm going to have to do that. Right now, as we speak. I can see demons are flaring, and in a minute, the confrontation comes, right? It's textbook. You know exactly how it's going to go down after so long, right? They're right across the street. They're going to come and do whatever it is they're going to do. And we'll go from there. It's been the complete demon show from the time I got here. So, if you got precepts, brother, post it. Con, this is GMS doctrine. 100% true. Elder apostles on them, but if you got precepts posted, that's where we're at. Second Ezra 6:23, and the trumpet shall give a sound, which when every man heareth, they shall be suddenly afraid. Okay, so that suddenly afraid, right? You don't understand. That change, it's talking about a change, right? Like one day everything is cool, the next day everything changed because the tension of death, the stench of death, right? That tension that something is going to happen and everybody, right, is in fear of their life. Everybody is in fear of their life. Situation, jumping up. It's got to be a test. Most High has clearly tested me, so. Yeah, so I'm gonna stand it out. Try to stand my ground. We'll see what happens. All right. You hear him over there cracked out. Smack and cracked out. Right here. Second Ezra 6. And 24. At that time shall friends fight one against another like enemies. Okay, and we're very, very close to that time. Okay, not not the homeless of the year, not the crackheads. They do this every day because they got demons on them. But people in general, a time is coming when you won't be able to walk down the street. Okay? You won't be able to walk down the street because somebody else is walking down the street, because you're looking at each other crazy and nobody trusts anybody. Okay? We're getting very close to that time. All right? And that's what this is talking about. At that time shall friends fight one against another like enemies, and the earth shall stand in fear with those that dwell therein. And the springs of the fountain shall not stand still, and in 3 hours they shall not run. So there's not going to be a lot of light, right? There's not going to be a lot of light, meaning things are going to be dark, right? And the 2/3 are dark. The 2/3 are going to have them run. It's going to be a 2/3 run. All the wickedness that they wanted to do, steal, rob, kill, what do they call it? The purge, right? That's their opportunity to get out there and let that demon in them run wild. All right, that's the time we're coming in. And the Most High knows. If you don't have that Thawah, you're on that battlefield, motherfucker. You can go down at any time. All right? You can go down at any time. Second Ezra 6:25, whosoever remaineth from all these that I have told thee shall escape and see my salvation in the end of your world. And this is what we're looking for. The end of your world. Plain and simple. Is what it is. All right, but how do we get there? Through much pain and tribulation. Trials and tribulations, right? You gotta watch out, man. You got pitfalls on every side. You got niggas telling you that you can do it in the butt. Ain't no microchips. Ain't no Jacob's trouble. Moron. Take the vaccine nightingale. Just go right down the list. You got vultures, you got crocodiles on the right, and motherfucking piranhas on the left. IUIC, ISUPK, right? Whoever, Sakari. What are they doing? They're trying to lead you right back into the world. And here it is, the world is over, clearly. We're cheering, right? Here comes Vlad, right? Shit. We got the binoculars out. Where's he at? Oh, yes. Right? That's how close we are. It's even at the door, right? And you got niggas trying to up their bank account, and the only way you can spend the bank account is with the C-HIP. And Alizar, you know that. So, that's double-minded than a motherfucker, because it's clear who is trying to market, right? And all signs. Don't you know that we can see, right? We have eyes to see like an owl. And when you got all kind of stars and rim fans and aprons and all manner of wickedness, you're involved in that. Can't you see it? Can't you see what you're involved in? Right? And then the Most High start exposing. Hey, great expose is going down right now. So everything, you know, everything is in its place. Because even, you know, it keeps coming up. I'm like, why is Nate? Nate is not leaving the headlines at all whatsoever. Nate is living in the headlines. So, this computer. Second Peter 3:3. Knowing this first, that there shall come in the last days scoffers, walking after their own lusts. And you could close the book right there. And then you could just start speaking, right, about several camps. All right. That word scoffer goes back to false teachers, right? And how do we know you're a false teacher? Well, when you want to take the book of Hebrews out, who wrote the book of Hebrews, or it's not qualified, it's not recognized. When you start changing shit like that, guess what? You're somebody, right? You're a man of renown. But the renown, the man you are, the man of renown, you're like a Dathan. You're one of them scalawags, the scalawags of Israel. Guess what? You gotta be back here too. You gotta be so-called in the truth, right? And leading people astray. Hey, Judas Iscariot, like when you're ready to, you need an example of how to walk in this truth. You go immediately to Yahushua. How do I walk in this truth? Like Yahushua, or the top man. Who is the top man on the earth, right? The most unlikely person that would be the elder apostle Tahar, all right, is the top man. He ain't running around proclaiming to be the top man, but that's who the Most High is clearly dealing with, Yahweh Shemel Shah. All right? So it's easy to see. It should be, for that matter. It should be clear. What are you brothers doing? Yes, sir, it's one of them days. So it's easy to see when somebody, right, has made millions of dollars in this thing. How can you have bums over here, right? You got bums, supposedly. You got bums over here. You got billionaires over here. Where's the example? The example is Yahushua. Was Yahushua a millionaire working on his portfolio with a PR firm? No, he was not. Okay? And the point I'm getting to is you need an example, right? Well, guess what? There's some scalawags. There's some famous scalawags in the Bible, right? Dathan, Corey, right? They have to be here. They have to be on the scene right now. Okay? Where are you going to find them? You're going to find them in the truth. What are they doing? What they've always done. Okay? They're trying to get money. They're fleecing the flock. Okay? That's who those people are. And they have to be in their lot. And it's going to be shown before the whole congregation. All right? So, I mean, it is what it is at that point. We got the church folk. knowing this first, that there shall come in the last days. Here we are. We're in the last days, ain't we? Scoffers, false teachers, doing what? Walking after their, what is their own lust? Clearly it's money, filthy lucre. That's easy. All right. Oh, you got millions? How? You got millions, but over here, you got the bum kid. Okay? That's a pretty easy choice to make. Right? It's easy. The bum kid. I'm gonna roll with the bum kid. Easy. Because that filthy lucre, that's easy to see. The proud Edomite. The proudest of the proud Edomite. You homeless, with a motherfucker, your head just up in the air. Boy, put a spiritual claim on you for the fucking cop. Matthew 24 and 21, not 21. I want 13. With 11. Matthew 24 and 11. And many false prophets shall rise and shall deceive many. I mean, we were warned, okay? What is the example? And how is the example? How do you wind up being a false prophet? Right? How do you read this? Because everybody comes in. You don't come in with the intention, unless you do, which is a damn fool, but you don't come in with the intention that, hey, I'm gonna rise to the top. I'm gonna do whatever it takes. No, you come in and you know everything is cool, and then that demon jumps on you. You got delusions of grandeur. So you start, hustling within the truth so you can come up. And it's not a come up like that. Right? The come up is the same penny. It's a penny. You got to be focused on that penny. Right? Everybody gets the same penny. Matthew 24 and 11. Many false prophets shall rise and shall deceive many, and because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. And we're in that point. We're at that point right now. The love of many has waxed cold, and we haven't even touched the surface yet. The love of many is about to be at each other's throat right here in a minute over one morsel of a crouton. Okay? And it's going to be bad. Bad. So, what do? Okay? We're in the thick. We're in the middle of it. Whether you understand that or not, you better get your goggles, right? You got to get your goggles dialed in. You understand? Put that helmet on and dial in your goggles. Because shit is about to... Hey, who said that shit? Somebody hit it on the head. Who was it? This is about the worst time that there's ever been on the face of the earth. Somebody said that. I gotta go back and find it. It's a lock, yeah. Matthew 24 and 13. But he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved. So that's our mission. What's your mission? To endure until the end. How? How do you do it? You stay focused on the mission, right? And you use your training. Okay? Focus on your training. What is your training? The basics, the milk. Agree with your adversary quickly. That is a big one. What's going to get you through Jacob's trouble? Things like, here's the answer. And you're not writing this down, okay? Because these are the answers. Well, what are we trying to do? Well, we're trying to make it to the end. We're trying to endure and say, well, how do you do that? Well, you got to be trained, right? Study to show thyself approved, right? Knowledge and wisdom shall be the stability of your time. So you got that to do, right? You repent, you pray for forgiveness, and you get back in order, and you remain humble and contrite. This is your training, right? Continue to train. Rely on you. Stay focused on your training. That's what's going to get you through. This is a big one. Agree with thine adversary quickly. Things like that are going to get you through to the end. That is the knowledge and wisdom. That is the stability that keeps you stable. Agree with your adversary. Who does that? Jake does that? No. You got to know that. You have to be trained in these. You know what I'm saying? In these dodging, you got to be the artful dodger out here. Okay? You're on defense. You're not. You're fighting a spiritual battle. So a lot of that is dipping. Okay? If you got the mindset that I'm not backing down, I ain't backing down for the, you ain't gonna make it. You got to know when to retreat. You got to know when it's not time to charge. Okay? You got to, hey, this ain't the credo of the hood. No snitching and all of that. No snitching has no place in here. Okay? All right? And what I mean by that is that code of the hood, no. Law, statutes, and commandments. This is the stability. Not the code of the hood is going to get you hemmed up. Keep playing like you're the what do you call it? The gang-banging prophet. Al-Azhar. You can't do both. You can't do both. What are we doing? Staying focused. Stay focused on what? Stay focused and remember your training. Well, what is your training? Well, training, right? Seek ye out of the book of the Lord and read. You should be trained by me. Unless this is your first time ever seeing 100% truth, we'll just put it that way. First thing you do is start taking notes. Start reading, studying to show yourself approved. Right? Seek ye out of the book of the Lord. There's many things that you have to do. You just, I'm going to be saved because I believe. Oh, that's a lie. Right? So you got to work. You got to put in the work. And then you have to be trained. And then you rely on your training. It's your training that's going to get you through this. Well, what is my training? Well, one of the big ones is agree with your adversary quickly. That's huge. And when that light goes on, oh yeah, agree with it. Oh yeah, when that light goes on, oh well, there's a plethora of those. Well, you mean all I gotta do is do these things and I'm gonna be all right? You're training, man. The book is full of ways to endure until the end, right? Okay. A fool, right? Even a fool is counted wise when he shuts the fuck up. You understand? Even a fool is counted wise. There are things, right? And once you apply this training, like, oh, shut the fuck up. For women, for example, shut the fuck up is the whole battle. If you could just shut the fuck up. But see, it's probably what would appear to be the easiest thing to do, that is the hardest. So work on that one, ladies. But the point is this: the milk. All right. What is the milk? This is what's gonna get you to the end. Okay. Agree with your adversary. I'm gonna have to get that because I keep bringing it up. But this is what is going to get you to the end of this thing. This is Sirach 12. Sirach 12 and 10. Right? That's what's going to get you. What are you trying to do? What is the mission? It is to endure until the end. Well, how do we do that? Well, you have to stay focused and remember your training. Well, what is your training? Well, a good one is, right? Agree with your adversary. I'm going to keep saying the same thing over and over and over until that light goes on, right? Here's another good one, all right? These are the kind of precepts and milk that is going to allow you to endure until the end, which is the mission, all right? This is Sirach 12 and 10. Never trust thine enemy. Stop. Huh? Never. Okay, yeah. Never trust my enemy. Never trust my enemy. Write that down. Okay, who's your enemy? Now we got to go to Psalm 83. Okay? And you got to write these things down. Well, my enemies are Edomite, so-called Amalek, so-called. You got to write that shit down and stay focused on your training. Stay focused and remember your training. Who is my enemy? Well, that's my enemy. I didn't know that, but now I know not to trust this one. How do you endure until the end? How do you make it? Okay? On that battlefield. You gotta stay focused, man. All these distractions out here right now. There's a 20. See, they used to only throw 3 at us at one time. Right now, there's like 25 to 30, all going down at the same time. Oh, Mexico. Oh, the bird flu. Oh, World War III. Murder hornets, man. You understand? Murder hornets. Tells you everything. Got them murder hornets. If all else fails and we're not scaring nobody, they got shit like over here. Well, we got murder hornets here. We got anomalies. So you think that's Leviathan out there? What do you think? That big anomaly. All right? Sirach 12 and 10. Never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusted, so is his wickedness. Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed, and beware of him, and thou shalt be unto him as if thou hast wiped a looking glass. Thou shalt know that his rest hath not been altogether wiped away. Now, when you got that, never trust your enemy, right? Never trust him because he'd be crouching, right? But then you got balance in that situation, which is what? Hey, if your ways are pleasing to the Most High, and I'm paraphrasing, even he maketh even your enemy to be at peace with you, right? So if you walk in wisdom and in balance, okay, you don't trust this dude, but if he got you hemmed up, then what do? King David, was it King David? Or was it Paul, the Slav on his beard, and you know, as an example, just using an example. Okay, hey, you use wisdom. And when a nigga tells you not to use wisdom, then you know he's a false prophet. Don't use wisdom. Don't use wisdom. Who says that? Who says that in the truth? Don't use wisdom. Well, there's a sign right there. There ain't no Jacob's trouble. Don't use wisdom and there ain't no Jacob's trouble. Sounds about the same. And we can keep going. Never trust thine enemy. Well, let's qualify that, because if you don't know, see, you have to know who your enemies are for that to manifest, for that to mean anything, right? Well, now you got to go here. Psalm 83 and 6, the tabernacle. Let's get right to it, right? Well, who are your enemies? Right? Well, my enemies are the tabernacles of Edom and the Ishmaelites of Moab and the Hagarenes, Gebal and Ammon and Amalek, the Philistines, the inhabitants of Tyre. So it basically tells you everything you need to know if you know who those people are. So I think we both did pretty good today. I'm gonna relinquish the spot because I know that an altercation is on the horizon. So I'm gonna go ahead and warm it down. So the point that I'm making, again and again, and it's amazing that the phone is not fucking up this week. I went back and did some real maintenance to get it to act the way that it is. Okay. Charge it the better. But those are your enemies. So at the end, you have to endure through to the end to make it on that spaceship. It is what it is. Okay? And it's your training. Okay? Knowledge and wisdom. Right? Stay focused on your training. That's what this is. Okay? Stay humble. Right? Right? Count it all joy. Get ready. Get ready for the things that are going to happen. Get ready for hardship. Right? Expect it. Know that it's on the way. All right? I'm going to wrap it up. Usually I come out on Thursdays, so I understand that I might be in somebody's way of news. Although for the most part we've gotten along. This is Ecclesiastes 12 and 13, let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear the Most High and keep His commandments, for this is the whole duty of man. Philippians 2 and 12. Go out the old-fashioned way. Book of Philippians chapter 2 verse 12. Wherefore, my beloved, as ye have always obeyed, not as in my presence only, but now much more in my absence, work out your own salvation with fear and trembling. All right? So, yes, you got to stay focused, right? And remember your training. And if you don't have things written down, well, what is my training? That should be the last thing you're asking. Right? When the policeman pulls you over, agree with your adversary quickly. It's as simple. And that's your way through Jacob's trouble. Okay, gray man, Clark Kent, all that. Right? Lord willing, we get that power, then you ride up a different plane at that time. Right? Things change, you change with them. Alright, so with that, we hope that the elect will edify you, brothers and sisters. Call hello, Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shai Bahashim, Kadash. Well, honors to the elder apostles and elder bishops. GMS and the elder came before them, the Thomas is true. Shalom and salutation to all brothers out pushing the word of truth and in sincerity. The hopeful elect tabernacle of David. Salaki, if I didn't give the salute earlier, but double honors to the elder apostles and elder bishops of GMS. All right. So with that, we hope that the elect will edify you, brothers and sisters. Shalom.